Okay, so uh, we are going to be ranking every pet in Grow Garden according to their value in a trade, right?
Hell
Face
yeah.
value, tier list. Yippee.
We are not going to be explaining what the tier stands for. They're going to be on the screen right now. Boom. And hi, it's Editing Vexo here with a quick disclaimer. This tier list is comparing the values of a pet when it comes to trading and not how useful they are. It's weird, I know. And it's purely based on our opinion on the value of each pet and how valuable they are compared to others. It's completely okay and up to you to value a certain pet higher or lower than another. In fact, let us know in the comments on the changes you would make to our tier list. And now back to the video.
We're just gonna speed run the common pets. Right? Okay, go. Boom. Start. Speed run.
Okay. First up, dog. Dog is just a worst golden Labrador, so I'm putting it for the noobs. It can give you seeds, quite good, but only for the noobs. So Golden Lab is just a basically an upgraded version of Dog, but again, it's mainly for the early game players because honestly, you need event limited plants to actually make a good amount of profit. So I will be placing Golden Lab at the at the higher tier of the for the noobs tier.
So D tier.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Bonnie, it's bad. It just gives you a bonus multiplier for carrots. I'm putting it for the noobs.
Should we add a tier called bad?
Yeah, just add a tier called bad. Bad is just not even worth it.
Smart.
Cut this part out. No need to explain. Just say we just added bad.
So Bunny just gives you a bonus multiplier for your carrots. It's not that good, so will be placing it on the bad tier. It's not even useful for the noobs. There's better options. Next up, Seagull. Seagull actually used to be quite OP back then since it allowed you to get seeds after shoveling, but they nerfed it so that you can only get seeds from the seed shop. So I'll be placing it for the noobs. It's not that good, it's not that bad either. Starfish, this is quite a good pet because aged pets, like age 75, 60, 50 pets, go for a lot of shekels. So I will be placing Starfish as our first A tier pet.
Okay, hold on. A tier is actually no, A tier is fair, but it's A tier if it's like above level 60, I would say. 60, 75 pets, yeah. You can trade them for like quite a bit.
But the thing is, its value goes down once you unlock all the slots. Like it's basically useless.
Actually, no, because when we
No.
counter the mutation stuff, you need 50 pets, like age 50 pets to get the mutation machine.
Unless you do like a business type thing where you level up pets and then sell them. Which in that case, then
I mean-
yeah, it's
Crab is just pinches a play and gives you like 1,000 shekels, I think. It's bad. It's just bad.
it's
Not even
a
worth it.
it's the more useless version of the mole, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's bad. It's just bad. Black Bun is the same reasons I mentioned before. It's also bad. Not worth your time. When we talk about the reindeer, it gives you a bonus. Like, it lets the berries stay after you harvest. But then again, berries are not that worth much for shekels. But you can actually use it for the noobs. Like, if you're a beginner, you can get a couple of extra shekels. So I will place it for the noobs tier. Right after Seagull. So chicken, it increases your egg hatch speed by 10%. It's not that good, it's not that bad either. Especially if you're in the early game, you need a lot of extra hatch to maximize your pets. So I will put it in for the noobs tier. Orange Tabby is basically just a worse mooncat, but it's not too bad. It's still usable. But I place Orange Tabby on the C tier because it can increase your fruit size. Sporadi is basically a worse version of the reindeer, no explanation needed. Berries, they do not carry a lot of shekel value, so for the noobs. Next up, Rooster. Rooster is basically an upgraded version of chicken. It gives you a 20% egg hatch speed. I would place it on the D tier. So pig basically gives you a variant chance. It's not that good because I'm pretty sure the variant chance is very low considering it uncommon pet, I think. So I would place it on the D tier again. Moving up, the first official released pet in Grow Garden, the Panda. Panda, it's basically a bunny but for bamboo. However, not many people played back when the Panda was released. Because of that, a lot of low amount of copies are available for the panda, which is why it is one of the most overpaid pets in the current game. Panda, I would place it on the S tier because I think you can actually get some good trades off of it.
S tier.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Okay, wait. Actually?
Yes, it is
Mm, if you
highly
have,
overpaid. There were trades going for like 1 raccoon for 1 panda because that was the first pet, first ever pet, bro.
So what was the obtainable method for the panda?
It was just a claim. Like it was just standing there. You can go up to the stand and claim it.
That is just a worse version of Orange Tabby, but it's also unobtainable.
It's
Right.
unobtainable, no?
Yeah, it's unobtainable. Yeah.
Damn.
It was in the uncommon egg, which is no longer in the game.
Since the rare eggs were removed out of the shop, cats will continue to grow at an increase in speed in terms of value because it's similar to the panda, right? It's unobtainable,
I mean-
it will grow in value. However,
I-
the period between the existence of the cat and the non-existence of the cat is quite low. So because of that, I would still place it on the D tier. We need a little bit
Yeah,
of
I
more
agree.
time to increase the shekel value of the cat.
Yeah, I agree.
So monkey basically gives you a refund on your fruits you sell, right? Yeah, it basically
I agree.
it gives you a 2.5% chance to refund a plant back to the player when selling. It's not that good. It's bad. Even the odds are very bad. 2.5% is nothing, bro.
We got the B. B isn't that good. I'll put it at like good for noobs because I'm pretty sure the pollination mutation is not that bad of a mutation. But there's also the honeybee, which I completely forgot existed. So I'm gonna put the bee in bad tier and the honeybee in good for noobs tier.
Fair enough. Moving on to the tarantula wasps and the normal wasp. The normal wasp is it just advances your cooldown of the pets. It's just 1 pet, bro. It's not bad. It's not that good either, but it's good for the noobs. I think I'd put it for the noobs. The yellow wasp and the blue wasp is just an advanced version of the tarantula. Sorry, the tarantula wasp is basically an advanced version of the wasp, but it's still not worth it. I'd place it on the D tier.
So the next pet is moth. Moth is a pretty good pet, but there's no big of a market slash trade value for it right now because the paradise egg is in stock. It's in the egg shop now, so people use capybaras. But it's a pretty alright pet. So I'll put it in B right below starfish because you can actually pair it well with a lot of blood owls.
Where are we putting?
B tier.
So it does have quite a bit of value.
It does have a bit of value, but no, there are people who are looking out for it. It's useful. There aren't people who are just looking for it. Next is Petal Bee. Petal Bee has the same amount of time to apply pollination as a bee, like as the bee, but it has a additional passive where it's a 1% chance to replant flower type plants, which is still bad. I would still put it in bad tier.
Yeah.
Because 1% is what? It's so bad. 1%?
1%. You can have 8 right at max, and that's just 8% chance. Nah, no way.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Basically, you have an
So-
equal chance of hatching a dragonfly with that.
Yeah.
So is for the noobs a good tier for it? Because it's not bad. It's same as the honeybee, right?
Right. The thing is, right, the flower type plants aren't obtainable. The only ones I'm pretty sure currently obtainable are daffodils and orange tulips. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's bad. It's bad. Just put it in the same tier as the bee.
Okay, so BearBee. BearBee is basically just apply honey glazed. It is a mutation which is no longer available, but there are other ways of obtaining this mutation. For example, I'm pretty sure if you have participated in the summer harvest event, you would have a lot of honey sprinklers. And honey
I
sprinklers
also
basically
like to add something. So currently there are traveling merchants, and from the traveling merchants you can offer your pollinated plants, and you can actually have a chance of getting honey sprinkler. but still it's
Oh.
very low.
I think due to those reasons I would place it on for the noobs tier. Actually for the D. It should be D. It should be D. My bad.
It,
D tier.
put it D tier, D tier. It's a good mutation. I believe it's like a 4x. It's not that good, but it's it's all
I
right.
mean,
to have.
there are like collector
Something.
people who doesn't like
Yeah.
want to use their honey sprinklers. For those people, they're
Yeah.
actively looking for their base, such as myself.
Yeah, but the thing is, BearBee only applies for one fruit, bro. Like, if you have a multiple fruit garden, it's really hard
Yeah,
for you
that's
to
true.
like pinpoint to the plant you're gonna do it. I don't think it's worth that much.
I
These
mean,
are
okay,
fair
let's be honest. The only reason you would chase mutations is if you have like one huge plant and you want that specific mutation on that. So in that case, that wouldn't like you know.
Yeah. That's fair.
Right. So moving on. Remove the golden beaver. It's an admin pet. No one have that shit.
Do we need to explain what this is at least?
Okay, so golden bee is a pet obtained by admins. It basically gives you a gold mutation to one of your fruits every 1 minute. Since this pet is not available to the public, since it's only available to the admins, we will not consider the pet. But if we were to put the golden bee into a tier list, it would be placed into S tier because of the 1 minute cooldown.
I would say S plus.
Hmm.
I would say S.
The thing is,
But
when
it's
you,
not
when
available,
you
so we don't
compare
talk about it.
butterfly, it's ass, bro. Like gold versus rainbow, that's a huge difference. Okay, moving on to our first divine pet, the queen bee. The thing with queen bee is, it gives you two abilities. I think it's the first pet we had two abilities, one being applying the pollination and the other being resetting pet's cooldown. I think it's not that broken. It was broken at first, but then another pet came into the game, which basically power crept the queen bee. I'm not gonna tell what pet, we will explain it later. But overall, queen bees still have a certain value, a specific value, mainly because it's a divine pet, so people actually chase it. So I would put the queen bee at A tier after the starfish. It's not that good, it's not that bad.
It's not as good as a pet, but just out of principle, it has value because it's a divine pet, right?
Yeah.
The
Other
Disco
than-
Bee.
Disco mutation is one of the best mutations in the game. It's admin. It's an admin only mutation. But like Jandal every Saturday does admin abuse and he does disco quite a bit. So in that sense, disco isn't that uncommon. But it's a good mutation nonetheless. We're gonna put it in A tier.
Fair enough.
A tier. By far the one of the coolest looking pets. And I'm not saying
I
it
agree.
because I hatched one.
Packbee is absolute dog shit. Just put it at like bad. It's not that good. It costed an anti-bee egg to make it, so nah.
And 250
No, thank
honey.
you. And 250 honey too. That's too much too back then.
Yeah.
So
A
yeah.
normal bee is just 80 honey, by the way.
It's a pet that sounds good on paper, but in actuality, it's not that great. You know, if you
Correct,
didn't
sweet.
have to, if you didn't have to have the pack be like equipped, then it would have been way better. But if you have to have it equipped, I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, exactly. It's just bad.
The next up is the two mouses, the gray mouse and the brown mouse.
They increase your jump height.
Oh right. Wait, one of them increases speed.
Speed is
is
the
it?
brown mouse. Speed is the brown mouse, and
Okay.
I think it's the other way around. Maybe I don't know.
Actually, no one cares. Genuinely, no one cares about that. We're just
God,
gonna
bro.
throw it in bad tier. Just bad. Just throw it those two in the bad.
Okay, so Squirrel. Squirrel is kinda underrated in my opinion.
agree, I agree.
Especially if you're chasing like huge trees, which are of like 2.5% chance to actually get a huge tree, it goes to under 0.25% chance to get a huge tree. And basically what squirrels do is that it gives you a chance to reclaim your reclaimer back. Like it gives you a lucky reclaimer. So basically if you have 8 squirrels in your party, you basically will not lose reclaimers 80% of the time. I would place the squirrel at A tier.
A tier,
did
I
not know.
agree. Actually, we are gonna pump the Disco Bee up. We are gonna put it to S tier.
So let's consider two ants. Basically, it gives you a chance to duplicate your fruits. It is not that useful, but here's the catch. Especially in events which requires you to like multiple harvests of some stuff. For example, the summer event, people were collecting tomatoes. Like people soloed the event with just these ants. So it's quite OP depending on the event. It's
Yeah.
bad in general, but it's OP when it comes to event because it gives you a higher chance to duplicate fruits, which increases with your rarity. I would place both ants in the B tier.
Yeah.
It's
Then
a
again, it's not that rare either.
Yeah.
it's a pet whose value goes up and down depending on the current scene of the
Event.
game. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good to see, I guess. I don't think it's that broken for B. It's not
Okay.
much
Yeah,
better, right?
it's still obtainable. It's still obtainable.
Yeah.
The giant ant is obtainable in bug eggs, and the other ant is available in mythic egg. The red giant
Yeah.
ant is in the mythic egg, so it's not that common. It's pretty common.
So moving on to the next pet, the otter, the sea otter. I think it's not obtainable anymore, right, Adu?
Sea otter is. Let me check real quick. Yep, or sea otter is not obtainable.
Okay, so basically sea otter just applies a wet mutation, a chance to apply wet mutation every 1 minute, I think. It's not that good because I think it's like a 10% chance to apply wet mutation. Recently, we got
But then
introduced a
again,
new pet, which have a higher chance
yeah,
of using the wet mutation. So since it's currently unobtainable, there may be chases, but it's very hard to find those people because honestly, no one's buying sea otters these days. I would place it on C tier as the orange tabby.
yeah. So then we have the sea turtle, who does the same thing as an otter, applying the wet mutation, but it also gives XP to the pets that are around you, right?
One of the pets, I
It
think.
gives XP to one pet. Specifically,
Yeah.
it gives you 1000 XP as I remember, which is quite broken.
Right. Yeah, 1000 bonus XP every 10 minutes, actually, I'm pretty sure. Every 10 minutes, yeah. So it's all right. I would put it at C tier along with the orange tabby.
Honestly, just dump Otter for a D tier.
Yeah.
So the Meerkat is basically a Wasp, but I think the Wasp is still better because I believe the Wasp gives you like 1 minute cooldown, 1 minute advance to your cooldown or more. So I would place the Meerkat on the bad tier. So the Silver Monkey, the upgraded version of the monkey, but then again, you're just refunding your plants that you're gonna sell. It's not that good, especially because when you sell like high tier fruits like elder, strawberry, giant pine cones, bone blossoms, there's a very good chance that you are not going to get that refunds back. So I would place the silver monk on the same tier as the monkey, which is bad.
But then again, the legendary eggs are no longer available in the game. So, yeah, it is
Legendary eggs
quite
are not
rare.
rare.
They're no longer
I
obtainable. So that
think,
means the cow, silver monkey, sea otter, turtle, and polar bear. They're no longer obtainable.
I think it gives you like a D tier vibe. It's a pretty pet, huh?
Yeah, just throw it in detail. Throw it in detail. So the cow causes all plants within 8 stats to grow 1.1x to 1x% faster, which is not that good. It's pretty bad. So we're gonna throw it in the bad tier. Then we have the snail, which I believe harvested plants have a chance of giving out seeds, which is still not that good. But for noobs, I'm pretty sure it's really pretty good. Okay, so we can put the snail in good for noobs tier,
One
right?
thing to add though, it was very helpful for events like the summer event, just like the ant was. So
Yeah, when you were trying to get more tomatoes. Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, it's pretty okay.
I'd say the snail deserves to be in this seat here, along with the ants.
Sure, yeah,
Or D. C or
I
D.
think it should be
throw
a
it in D.
D.
D,
Yeah.
D, D is fair. Caterpillar. So leafy plants have a 2.4x chance of being like growing faster, and I'm pretty sure there's literally only what less than 9 leafy type plants. I'm maybe wrong on that. So, but still, it's not that good. I'll place it in the same tier as a cow. It's pretty bad.
Okay, moving on to the praying mantis. It basically gives you a small range to where it have a chance to apply random mutations to the plant.
I've never seen it do that either. I've never seen it do it, so
Yeah,
I'm
the
pretty
thing
sure
is,
the
it's a
chances are
very
like
low
so
chance.
bad.
It's a very low chance to get it, and the stud range is quite small. So I would
Yeah.
place it on the D tier, the praying mantis.
I would say
Which is
it's bad. I don't think anyone even is looking for one.
It is rare
the
though,
thing.
in the egg.
Yeah, it is rare though. But
Yeah.
let us think. Let us think. So I know it was like a 5% chance to hatch a praying mantis.
And the bug egg is only 3% in shops.
Okay. There's something to clarify. I just looked at the wiki. So it's like a mooncat where it has to sleep on the plants that growing, and it has to be on that plant before the fruit appears, and it has a chance of applying gold or rainbow.
D sounds fair, no? Because it's a low chance to. I'm pretty sure since it's a
Yeah,
legendary.
it's a 1.5x increase, and I'm pretty sure rainbow is 0.25, correct? 0.25 getting rainbow, so multiply that by 1.51. It brings up the 0.25 to 0.37, which isn't that big of a deal. So yeah, it's not that
Yes, you could
good.
also combine the sprinkler method to that plant, so you have a much higher
Right,
chance of getting that.
right. But then again, we have the dragonfly and the butterfly, which we'll talk about later. So yeah,
Yeah, I think we will keep the praying mantis at D tier.
Speaking of which, butterflies up next.
Our first S plus tier. Do I even have to explain, bro? Rainbow mutation is goated. Gold versus
it's
rainbow,
not
it's
even a
no
mutation,
debate.
bro.
No
It's not even a
debate.
mutation. It's a variant.
It skyrockets your fruit's value. And it's a guaranteed chance to mutate that. Not even a chance, it's a guaranteed thing to mutate. Well deserved S plus tier, highly overpaid. And if you're holding a butterfly, I highly recommend you to just hold it. Just hold it, trust me and hold it, it will skyrocket in value. Maybe in like 2-3 months it will skyrocket the more than the raccoon actually, which we will get later. Moving on to Dragonfly. I'm pretty sure some of you may hate this, but Dragonfly is quite mid. It gives you a golden mutation every 5 minutes, but why do that when you have Butterfly? Dragonfly, obtainable via bug eggs, which are still obtainable. You can load up a bunch of your alts, try to get a bug egg, and hatch. It's still obtainable. But again, it's not that bad either. It was very overpaid before, but with the upcoming pets, it kind of got degraded in value because more and more pets kept on releasing. So currently, the Dragonfly is worth about
A disco bee.
0.4 raccoons, which is like, yeah, I think this could be a fair trade for a Dragonfly. I would place it on
Yeah.
this tier actually. Yeah, that sounds fair.
Next up is the hedgehog, which is a bit of a curveball. Hedgehogs actually are pretty alright. There's a better version of it. We'll talk about it right now as well. The blood hedgehog. So there was a dino shroom method. It basically increases prickly type plants' fruit size, and you could, if you had like 8 of those, you could make huge. I'm talking like 30, 50 kilogram dino shrooms, maybe like more. So yeah, I would say I would put the hedgehog at like C tier and the blood hedgehog at B tier. Okay, the more I'm pretty sure is a better version of the crab. It's pretty alright for beginners because it can also take up like sprinklers. I'm pretty sure Chamat has gotten like around 150 plus basic sprinklers and every other sprinkler above 100 using, except master, using them all. I would put it at a solid D tier. It's like top tier, the top D tier, the best of the D tier, I would say.
The mall could have actually been more OP if they actually made it so like you can get the newer gear items too, like the harvester tool,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
lollipops and the medium treats and stuff.
It
But
needs an update.
unfortunately, they did not add that. So it's stuck at D tier. Okay, so the green frog is basically a worse version of the echo frog. It just advances your plant growth. It's still good. It's still good, especially if you're trying to like farm a huge tree. I would put the green frog in D tier actually, in D tier with the moth. No, just the green frog. When it comes to the echo frog, it's an upgraded version of the normal frog. And echo frogs, in terms of value these days, it's increasing. Because I think it gives you a much higher cooldown, sorry, much lower cooldown than the normal frog. So people are actually overpaying by a lot. Especially during when people were trying to farm honeysuckle, people overpaid for the echo frog by hell a lot. I think echo frog is still relevant to this day, but it's not that OP. I would place echo frog in the B tier along with the blood hedgehog. No, okay, so put the green frog into for the noobs and the echo frog into the D tier.
I'd say it's bad.
It's not bad.
Bad. It's not bad. We had users back
It's
then.
usable.
It's
The
usable.
echo frog deserves value, bro. It's at least it's COD. The echo frog is COD, bro.
No. I'm saying the green frog is bad purely because the echo frog exists.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
True, I guess. But the thing is, the green frog is still usable. It's not like irrelevant like the bunny is. What do you think? The normal frog get bad over the noobs?
For the noobs. For the noobs.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Triceratops, which is currently not unobtainable, and if you know how to do the Mooncat method properly with it, it could actually work really, really well.
So moving on to the Flamingo, I think it's basically an echo frog, but only for tropical fruits. It was pretty OP when it comes to the honeysuckle method, but apparently it got nerfed. So honestly, there are not much of a tropical plants these days, so it's kinda irrelevant. I would put it on the bad tier, mainly because there are other pets who overpower this type shit.
So toucans were actually nerfed, I'm pretty sure, pretty recently, like a week or two ago. So back then you could get around like what? There was like a 1,200 kilogram honeysuckle floating around, which pretty much ruined the economy, which was all because of toucans. But now it's heavily nerfed, and honeysuckle was also nerfed, and I'm pretty sure honeysuckle was the only relevant tropical plant. So I'm gonna put it at like what, with like D tier. It could be bad, but I see users for it. But yeah, D tier is fair in my opinion. What do you think?
Agreed. It's usable, but it's not that OP as it was before.
Yeah. Next up is orangutan. What the hell does the orangutan do? Really forgot.
I don't know what it does, but it looks pretty smashable, if you know what I mean.
What the
What?
heck?
Yeah, it's all right. I would say I would put it at the same tier as like good for noobs. I'm putting it in good for noobs tier. It's okay, especially we have another pet who does something better than that, which we'll go into later. Next up is the seal. Seel, in my opinion, very underrated. Currently, I've seen people get like pretty sure that's if you have 8 seals, it's like an 80% chance to get your hatched eggs back. And currently, there's a pet which is 0.08 gender. Why did you think of this? The kitsune, which you could refund so many Zen eggs. It's insane. So I would put it at B tier along with the blood hedgehog. It's niche. For its niche, it's pretty good. And turtle. Turtle increases sprinkler duration by 20%. 20, yes, sprinklers are good. Oh my god, insane. But generally speaking, there's barely any use for it. And, I don't think it's worth occupying a pet slot for it. So I'm gonna throw it at bad tier. Actually, it's not bad. It's good for noobs. It's good for noobs. It's good for noobs.
Next up is the polar bear. It came from the legendary egg. It was the chase pet in the legendary egg with a 1% chance, I think. It's not obtainable anymore, but the polar bear actually used to give you a chance to get chilled, or it used to give you a chance to get even frozen. It was only a chance, it was not guaranteed. So you could go for like multiple minutes and still not get it. And recently, Jandal decided to add a chill spray, which was craftable. it is quite cheap to craft. I think it only costs you a godly sprinkler. So polar bear is kind of irrelevant mainly because a chill spray exists. So I would put the polar bear in the D tier mainly because of the trade value. It have no use value,
Yeah.
but its trade value due to being a chase pet in the legendary egg might make people desirable for it. The capybara. There's a huge debate going whether you should use 7 capybaras or 7 blood owls. In my opinion, owls are the better choice. Because capybaras is just a gamble. Like you have your pet needs to be in a specific stud range for it to actually execute that ability. And sometimes when you AFK overnight, the capybara won't even come near your pet. It's much better to actually just use a moth and some blood owls with the pet you want to level up than using 7 capybaras. So I capybara is not a bad pet at all, but it's not that good either. I don't see the hype unless it's a huge capybara. But since this tier list is based off the normal capybara, ordinarius, I would place the capybara at the B tier. It's still relevant, but it's not that good either. Peacock. Peacock basically it's a wasp, but to your nearby pets. So the peacock, what it does is that it advances the cooldown of all pets within a specific stud range. When it comes to the stud range, it's basically a gamble again. And I believe it was only a 1 minute advance, I think. Basically, it isn't that good because
Stud
mainly
range
because of
is
the stud
tiny,
range.
bro. It's tiny. Like
Yeah, it's
I remember first getting this pen and being like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. I remember putting it down, waiting for the timer to go out, and just to be disappointed by the tiny stud range.
and peacock is still obtainable by paradise eggs.
It
There
is.
is not a lot of value. There is not a lot of
It's really
reality
common
included
as
in it.
well. I have
Yeah, it
so
is quite
many of
common.
these.
I would place it on
I say it's
bad.
bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Ostrich,
So
on the other
ostrich.
hand,
When it comes to ostrich, the thing is, ostrich on its own is kind of bad. But if you combine 8 ostriches, you have a chance to get an age 80 pet right on the hatch itself. You have a good chance to get an age 50 pet, which you can mutate. Like right after you hatch it, you can just put it into the mutation machine with 8 ostriches. Because of that reason alone, even though it's quite common, I would place the ostrich in A tier along with the starfish. The Scarlet Macaw. This pet is quite weird because it is the only pet who can apply the Verdant mutation. Aaron, do you know if there's a Verdant spray
there
in
is.
the shop?
There is.
There
There
is
is.
there is a verdant spray in the mutation
merchant.
shop traveling
Yeah.
merchant. But then again, I've never seen the mutation guy, and I've seen it once, and it was never on stock. And Verdant is, in my opinion, the most underrated mutation because combined with Sunrise, it turns into Paradiso, which is a 100x mutation. It's super underrated pet. It deserves to be higher.
I would put it on the B tier. What do you think?
I say yes, I agree. Actually, no, I put it in A tier. A
A
tier,
tier.
definitely A tier. I would say it's better than the starfish in most sense.
The starfish is mainly there for the age value.
Pretty much, but dude, it's definitely better than a squirrel.
Would people go looking for a Scarlet Macaw though?
Probably not. They probably won't go looking for Scarlet Macaw. But then again, you can't obtain it. Who knows? At one point, they will.
Ah,
Mm.
fair enough.
Uh,
You
If
can
someone
still
like
obtain it.
yeah.
You can still obtain it.
if someone wanted to do like a raccoon method with like a big fruit they wanted verdant, then they need a macaw.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah, and then we have a Hyacinth Macaw. Hyacinth Macaw is actually pretty bad. I would say D tier, mainly because how common the flying traveling merchant or whatever the hell it's called, and you can get the Cloud Touch spray. Cloud Touch isn't that good of a mutation either. I believe it's just 5 or 6x, not sure. So yeah, because of that, I'll say it's D tier. Next up is the bald eagle. Bald eagle I would say underrated. It gets better the more eggs you have. And if you pair, then again, and it's super rare. It was one egg per person, but then again, there are so many people who are playing Grover Garden, so there's probably loads of it. So because of that and how good it is, I would put it at B tier.
I'd say it's good for 8 year.
I'd say it's
Uh,
good to see it here, bro. Because honestly, blood kiwis are better, and a lot of bald eagles are there right
But
at
the
the
thing is,
moment.
if you have multiple legs and multiple bald eagles, they can lower the cooldown of all legs at the same time, multiple times.
No, but
yeah,
the thing
and
is,
so it's a 7 minute. So every 7 minutes, it has a 7% it lowers the thing by 7 minutes, and it has a 80% chance to do it again. So it can actually go up to 14 minutes reset. But huge buts. Huge buts. What? Okay. Blood kiwi lowers the cooldown by 20%, and of an egg hatching, and it also lowers it by 1 minute every 1 minute. So I would say it's the same level as a blood kiwi. I see people myself use 7 blood kiwis and 1 bald eagle. Works like a charm. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I would put it at like same value as like moth, I would say.
okay, agree. That's fine. Common ground.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the axolotl and the mimic octopus just to talk about my mortal enemy, red fox. Such a shitty pet. No one cares. The golden lab is genuinely better. I know it has trade value. If this was a how good a pet like video, I would put it next to the freaking Labrador or lower than the Labrador, but it has trade value. It's rare. Because of that, I'm forced to put it at A tier. I'm just forced to do it. There's literally
A
nothing I can
tier
do.
is
A
insane.
tier.
There are
There
there are
is trade value for it. There's trade value for it.
Yeah,
People are
there
willing
are
to buy
people.
it for some reason.
There's so many people asking, "Do you have a red
Yes,
fox? Do you have a red fox?" But it's so bad. I
they're
don't know
just
why you're still
coping. They're
looking for
coping.
it.
They're coping, saying it'll get buffed. Hell no. Just
It kind of
no,
got
delete
buffed. It
And
got
I
buffed.
guess,
it.
okay, I guess
Delete it.
it gives the same feeling as owning a raccoon because it travels to another person's garden. I guess. So that's another thing.
Budget raccoon.
Yeah,
Budget raccoon, yeah.
copium raccoon, I'd say.
Copium raccoon. Red fox? No. Copium fox. Hell no.
Oh
Delete.
yeah.
All right.
All right, back
Moving
to
on to the mimic octopus. Mimic octopus, do I need to explain, bro? It basically copies another pet's ability and do it. This was the main reason why Queen Bee dropped in value. Because Queen Bee took 20 minutes to copy. Sorry, 25 minutes to copy, I think. And the Mimic Octopus takes 20 minutes to copy. So because of that reason, Mimic Octopus is much better than the Queen Bee. I would place it on Dragonfly value, which is S tier.
Yes, also another thing to note about the queen bee is it has a lot of unsynergy, as in it could like if you have like let's say like two raccoons and a queen bee, the queen bee could literally go when the raccoon is about to go, and it could reset it, and it's literally so pointless when that happens.
True.
What's the point of resetting something that's already at 1 minute, anyways? And I've seen multiple YouTubers and people saying the Mimic Octopus isn't good because it activates every 20 minutes. But if you look at all the good pets, the butterfly, it activates every 30 minutes. The disco bee, it activates every 25 minutes. And the kitsune, it also activates every 20 minutes. General Key is making pets that activates every 20 minutes. So yeah, you pretty much ain't losing anything. Just have 7 mimic octopuses and one raccoon. Pretty much the same thing as having 8 raccoons. Underrated.
Axolotl is basically a giant ant for your summer fruits. There is not a huge demand for summer fruits, like it doesn't give you a lot of shekels. It's kind of bad. So I will put the axolotl in the D tier. It's limited, true, but it's not good as a giant ant. Because the giant ant gives you a duplicated fruit for basically any type of fruit, while the axolotl just targets only summer fruits. So due to that, I'll place it on the D tier. One of the best overpaid pets. I think it's the second overpaid pet currently in the game, the raccoon. It was obtained by the night event, and people are still chasing it. It's been so long and people are still chasing it. Definitely, I would put it at the S tier. Sorry, S plus tier, right next to butterfly. Mainly because of the raccoon method. You can get infinite amount of checkouts, bro, with that. Just AFK overnight, and you will have like trillions in your inventory. So due to that, I would put it on the S plus tier. Now, chicken jockey. This is kind of contradictory. I don't think a lot of people will agree with me, but I think the chicken jockey deserves to be in S tier. Mainly because zombification is a mutation only applied by the chicken jockey. There is no other method to get this mutation. Not even by mutation spray, not even by an admin mutation weather. Nothing. Nada. It's just this. And you can only get chicken jockey if you're playing at a specific time during an update. There is a lot of copies floating around, true, but there is not a lot of people who have this, because the people who have this deserve to keep it for themselves, because they know that this will increase in value as the time goes on, because we don't have a zombification mutation. Jundel introduced a mutation along with the zombies, that's infected mutation, but it did not give a rise to zombification. So I don't believe he will actually do an admin mutation that actually gives zombification. So I think the chicken jockey deserves to be in S tier due to its rarity and the Moth mutation, which is 25x. It's not insignificant at all.
Next I will talk about the 4 owls. We have the blood owl, the night owl, the normal owl, and the cooked owl. Okay, blood owl, it's good. There aren't many people who are looking for it. I would say it goes in A tier. Night owl and the normal owl, they're all right. They're not that good. I'm pretty sure it's half of a blood owl. I would put it at D tier. Not D tier, C tier, right? Yeah, I would put it at C tier. Cooked owl. Cooked owl applies a mutation called burnt and cooked. But I've literally never seen. I have 7. I've never seen them apply cooked mutation ever. Burnt. I'm pretty sure during the summer harvest part 2, you could get the burn spray. It's not that good. So I would put it at the same tier as the Moth, at B tier.
Actually, I kind of disagree because there are a lot of copies floating around. It was released very recently. Each person got 2 of them. There's a lot of copies. I don't see many people trading for cooked owls. I mean, because it's basically everyone have it. It's dirt cheap. When we talk about trading terms, since each one of you have 2 cooked owls, I'm pretty sure even the subscribers of the channel also have cooked owls. It's good, but it's not that good currently. It will be better in the future, because the thing with this kind of pets is that it increases in value as the time goes on. For example, when the chicken jockey came out first, it was nowhere near S tier. But when the time ages, it goes up. The same will be applied to the cooked owl. So, in the current market, I would place the cooked owl on the C tier. Mainly because there are a lot of copies floating around.
Next up is mooncats. Mooncats, personally, in my opinion, the best looking pet. I don't know why I love the mooncats. Very cute, kawaii desu. So recently it got nerfed, where the replanting part of it got nerfed. So if you try to, if you have multiple, and if you try to pick up something, it'll only consider it as from one of the pets. So all of the replanting multiplier does not add. The percentage does not add. But when we're talking about making huge fruits, the mooncat is insane. 7 mooncats and triceratops combined, you can get at least 60 kilogram fruits. I think, Chamat, you have what, like a 140 kilogram bone blossom from the mooncat, and a 200 kilogram bone blossom just from the moon cats. because of that, I would say it's S tier. It's a S tier pet. The demand is kind of low after the harvest event, but still it should be like low S tier. So back of S tier.
Okay, so blood cavies. Currently, in my opinion, this is the best pet for egg hatching. It increases your egg hatch speed by 20%, and additionally, it goes to the egg with the highest hatch time and reduces its cooldown by 1 minute every 1 minute.
Every 1 minute.
Yeah, so basically, if you have 6 blood kiwis, your egg hatching cooldown is basically cut in half. So because of that, I would place the blood kiwi on the upper A tier. The kiwi is basically a worse version of the blood kiwi. It's usable, but I think the normal kiwi is actually worse than the bold eagle. I would place it on the C tier. Raptor is pretty basic. It gives you an increase in speed. Pretty pointless. It's quite common. It recently came out. I place it at bad.
There's one thing you forgot to mention. Every picked up fruit has a chance of being mutated with amber. Yeah, the amber spray is gone.
It applies amber to the harvested fruits. You don't need
Harvested fruit.
harvested fruits. You need
Yeah,
gold
so
amber
it's not
even
that
for
good.
Yeah. So pterodactyl, it applies windstruck or twisted, I think. Windstruck or
A
twisted.
chance to activate, a chance to apply twisted.
Alright. So twisted is not a very good mutation. It spawns randomly even in the normal game you play, so I would place it on for the noobs tier. It's not a good mutation, it's not a bad mutation either, but it's still a mutation. I would place for
But
the
I kind of disagree. I would put it at D tier because Tempestuous, I don't know how to say it, is a 20x mutation. So combine it with Windstruck and Twisted, Tempestuous is actually a really good mutation. I would put it at D.
And it's limited as
But
well.
the thing is, Windstruck and Twisted are kind of common now. Like, Brain, I
Yes.
guess. If it's
I
a new version, I
no,
would put it at higher place, but since it's quite common to get Windstruck and Twisted, I think for the noobs, it's better.
yeah, it's pretty alright. Triceratops. Triceratops, if you didn't know, goes to three separate plants and advances its growth by 30 minutes. If you know how to do the Triceratops and Mooncat method, it's really, really good. But then again, you only need one Triceratops for that method. But there is a 8 Triceratops method, which isn't as good as the 7 Mooncat method, but I personally have gotten like 80 kilogram bone blossoms doing the Triceratops method, but there is no demand for it. But so because of that, I'll put it at low B tier, mainly because it's unobtainable. Stegosaurus, pretty bad. I don't even want to go through it. When you're gonna show what the pets do anyways.
Yeah.
So bad. Ankylosaurus, I'm pretty sure it's like 20% chance stolen fruit, stolen as in not raccoon stolen. We are talking about Robux steal stolen. So it's also pretty bad. Even if it was one of the rarer pets in the act, it was 1%. It's still bad. I would put it at bad tier. And same goes for the whatever that thing about is called. What is it called?
That's Parasaurolophus.
Yeah, Parasaurolophus increase, like I'm pretty sure it lowers the crate opening time. So yeah, it's
For the
pretty
noobs.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's bad. There's literally no point. It's so bad.
Okay, so Brontosaurus. When Brontosaurus first came out, I was like super hyped because I'm a very huge Titanic pet chaser type
Collector.
person. However, when I read the description, I thought it was very OP, right? Because it gives you a bonus size for your hatched pets. I thought I could easily get huge pets, I could easily get Titanic pets. But in reality, if you combine it with multiple Brontosaurus, the maximum you can get out of it is honestly 30%. So basically, if you even hatched a normal size pet, it will not turn into huge. But if you hatch a huge, it will turn into a Titanic. But again, the chances for a huge to hatch is 0.01%, which is not very good odds. Brontosaurus, when it came out, I was hyped for it. I wanted it so much. I think Aaron grinded one for me too. But Now, it's not a very good pet. The ability kind of sucks. I would place it on the lower D tier, mainly because it's a mythical pet from a prehistoric update. And next up, Pachysaurus, one of the underrated pets. If you're trying to go for huge
Zephyrosaurus.
plants and you want reclaimers for, you can get multiple reclaimers using the Pachysaurus methods. Basically, if you have 8 Pachysauruses, you have an 80% chance to double up your crafted items. This does not just apply for uh, reclaimers, it will apply to any crafted item, including sprinklers, including pack bees, including anti-bee eggs. So this is kind of underrated, in my opinion. I would place the Pachysaurus in the B tier. Next up,
Iguanodon.
Iguanodon. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of it. Do you know what it does?
Gives 1 experience every 1 second for dino type pets.
1 XP.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically Iguanodon, it's a good pet if you're trying to level up your T-Rexes, Spinosauruses, but if you combine it with other pets which are not dinosaurs, it's not as that good. So basically it falls into the niche of dinosaurs. Since it falls into the niche of dinosaurs, I would probably put it at D tier again, next to the Brontosauruses.
Next, we got T-Rex. T-Rex, pretty underrated. If with the new what do you call it? The new save slot update, let's call it. You can have a singular plant, right, in your new garden. Let's say it's a bone blossom, and let's say you got a huge bone blossom, and Janda's doing admin abuse. You can plant a bunch of carrots and get the admin abuse on it, the admin mutations on it, and you can use the T-Rex to roar it on to the bone blossoms. Because of that, it's really good, and it's even better if your plant has more than 1 fruit. So because of that, I would put it at high S tier.
I would actually put it on S plus tier. Because if you take
S plus.
admin mutations like Galactic, it's very rare
Alright.
chance for you to like get the mutation actually. Even if
Yeah,
it lasts like
just
3 minutes, it's a very small chance for you to get Galactic. So basically, if you get 1 Galactic plant, the T-Rex will devour that and spread it to 6 plants, 6 fruits. It's quite OP because if you spread it to 6 plants, the T-Rex could also devour one of those plants and then again spread it to 6 plants. So basically, if you wait long enough, every plant of yours will have Galactic, which is an insane multiplier. I think
Oh no. My power went out.
back is
Hello?
stupid.
My power went out.
I was about to go bot, bro.
It's back. Alright.
I'm back. What happened? Who's back? Where did you stop?
Yeah. My power went out, but it's back now. We were talking about the T-Rex.
Okay. Okay, so the Spinosaurus wasn't recorded.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Okay.
cut any of that out, by the way. I'm gonna keep that in.
Jesus. Okay. Next up is Spinosaurus. Spinosaur, in my opinion, it's a yes, it was a rarer egg than the egg T-Rex was on. It ain't as good. It prioritizes applying the mutations it eats to favorited plants, which is not mentioned in the ability for some reason. But yeah, but if you have multiple plants that you want to mutate, then it ain't that good. But it's still highly sought after, and it's pretty good. I would say it's a high S tier. Next up is Maneki-neko. Maneki-neko is very common from the eggs, from the crates, the chests. And what it does is it refunds the plant that you sell. It isn't that good. I would say it's good for noobs. Even then, I don't see any noobs using it, so we can throw it in bad tier. No one cares.
It's a pet that you'd use because you have it, not go looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Uh,
moving on to Tanuki. Tanuki, I think. Tanuki or Tanuki?
Tanuki.
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 Yeah, whatever that pet name is. It basically causes mischief. So it have like a lot of abilities it could do. Sometimes it stays just. Sometimes it doesn't execute any abilities. But sometimes it can apply mutations like chocolate to your plant. Chocolate is basically an admin exclusive feather, I think, right? As at the moment, there is no method to get chocolate anymore.
Never mind,
But
never mind, never mind. It's comfortable. It's comfortable. It's comfortable.
oh, it's craftable. Okay. So it basically just advances your pet cooldown, I think, and just applies some random mutations. I don't think it's worth
It
your
can-
time.
It can also give you shackles.
Pretty pointless. Bad pet. Just
Yeah,
throw it in
pretty
here.
pointless.
Need to have.
Yeah, it's a bad
Too much of a gamble.
just put it in the bad, bro. Shiba Inu. So basically, Shiba Inu is basically an upgraded version of the Golden Lab. It digs up seeds, and I think it has a 50% chance to dig up seeds. Is it?
I have no clue. It's not a chance. The rarer the plant, the rarer the chance of getting it.
Oh, so anyhow, it's basically an upgraded version of the Golden Lab. So we place the Golden Lab in the D tier. So I think it's fair to put the Shiba at C tier.
I would say it's the same as D tier.
Same tier, yeah.
Same tier.
Same tier, but it's an upgraded version
Yeah.
of the
No one's
Golden
going.
Lab.
It's
But no one's
upgraded,
going
but-
after
Yeah.
Shiv. It's super common as well. And we can literally grind hundreds of Zen eggs as well.
You know, we put the golden lab
Next,
in media as well. I'd say put them in the noobs. Like, it's a common egg pet.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I guess that's fair.
Fair enough. Yeah, put the Shiba.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just stay like that. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so moving on to the Kodamas.
The Kodama Twins.
Corrupted and the Kodama. So Kodamas were absolutely broken in this update, the Zen update. But like people were grinding like hundreds of chests per like 2 hours. At least 100 every 2 hours if you actually use them correctly. It was broken, right? But when it comes to trading, trading comes out tomorrow, which is the 2nd of August. 2nd of August.
Yes, 2nd of August.
So basically, the Zen event will be gone, and there will be no use for corrupt or tranquil. Basically, it only gets the corrupted and tranquil mutation only if you harvest the fruit too. It doesn't just apply it to your existing fruits. You need to harvest it in order to collect it. So because of this reason, I would place it on the bad tier.
Yeah, I
Since
agree.
it's
After
already
the before the update, it could have been like an A tier pet. After the update, it's pretty bad.
Nihanzaru was a very sought after pet at the initial release of the pet because there was a exploit. People were used to get like 15-second cooldowns on some pets, but now it's fixed and the pet advanced cooldown was like 2 minutes at max, even if you have like 7 Nihanzarus. It's not that good of a pet. It's obtainable still via the Zennex. You could grind for them. It's bad, just bad.
And it's almost useless for new players because new players wouldn't have the hot tub.
Tanchazaru, in my opinion, not that good of a pet. Yes, yes, it applies Tranquil mutation, which is a 20x mutation, but it's like it has the same issue as the praying mantis, where it requires a radius, and it's just quite annoying to apply it, and it's also a chance if it's in the radius. Currently, I'm pretty sure you can get corrupt and tranquil from the pet mutation. Because of that, I bet it's D tier. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna looking for it, but who knows?
It was good for the event though, like to grind the corrupt tree. Other than that, it's not.
Yeah. Next up is Raiju. Raiju, in my opinion, pretty alright pet. Pretty alright pet. It basically consumes a shock plant. It doesn't remove it like the T-Rex. It consumes it, and then spreads a mutation called Static, which is a pretty good mutation. I believe it's 20x, and it also has an 8x. Well, it's alright mutation. It applies it to 6+ plants. So it's pretty alright. And if it consumes a shock plant during a thunderstorm, it has a 20% chance to apply shock to 8 other plants, I believe. So yeah. So I would say it's a good A tier pet. It could go up because of how rare it is, but currently in trade value, it's a A tier pet. Tamath, give you the honors of talking about the two kitsunes.
The kitsune. No bias whatsoever. Me personally, I hatched a red kitsune within 30 eggs. I think it's a
10 eggs,
very...
what do you mean? 10 eggs.
Alright, 10 eggs, something. No one cares, but type shit, bro. Kitsune, it's basically a raccoon, but it also applies an exclusive mutation to itself called the Foxfire Chakra. You can either apply Chakra or Foxfire Chakra. Chakra being 15x multiplier, while Foxfire Chakra being 90x multiplier. It was a 0.08% chance to get from the Zen eggs. I think it's the first prismatic pet as well as the most rare pet currently in the game, which is obtainable. So I think Kitsune deserves to be S plus tier. Not a lot of people have this. Very good ability, steals a fruit, applies a mutation, very rare to get, and highly overpaid. Now, the thing about corrupted Kitsune. Corrupted Kitsune, on the other hand, is a 1% chance to get. Especially if you know how the Kodama method worked. Getting one corrupted Kitsune is not hard at all. Just place 4 Kodamas and 4 corrupted Kodamas, and you can just basically grind the chest over and over again. It's a 1% chance to get. It's good. It's common. It's common currently. But still, the mutation it applies is 15x Corrupt Chakra and 90x Corrupted Foxfire Chakra. So I think it's a pretty good pet to have currently. I would not place it in S plus, but I would definitely place it in S tier because of its mutation abilities.
It carries the argument you had for the panda, which is in the future it might go up in value because more
Yeah,
new
exactly.
people wouldn't have it.
It had
And
a very
it's
exclusive
a
go.
and it's an exclusive mutation. That it
Yeah,
applies.
exclusive. And basically, if you have Kitsune and a corrupted Kitsune, you can apply Harmonized Chakra and Harmonized Foxfire Chakra. Harmonized Foxfire Chakra is the best mutation currently in the game, which is 180 times.
190.
190, that's my bad. Which is insane.
So it's basically an additional 10x mutation if you have both. And next up, my second mortal enemy,
Hold on, where are we
Fox.
putting this? Where are we putting the corrupt
Yeah,
kitsune?
S tier. S tier. Fennec Fox, I hatched one, I remember, but it's so bad. It's just as bad as the Red Fox. I would say the chances are a bit higher, and it is very sought after because of how rare it was. Because Oasis X was just available for a singular week. Because of that, I'll put it at low S tier. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it's a fox. The fox curse. And kappa, who I don't know how to say it. It goes to in a radius. It applies wet mutation just like the other wet mutation applying pets. If it's near a wet plant when it activates its ability, it has a chance of being bloodlet. But like all radius pets, it's very annoying. Like the Tanjiro, it has to be in a certain radius. Because of that, we can put it at like high A tier, maybe middle A tier, mid A tier. It's a mid A tier pet. Okay, next is huge. Huge, not mega, not to be confused with mega. Huge pets are very, very, very sought after. It doesn't matter if it's a golden lab or if it's useless as a ankylosaurus is. It will skyrocket its value, and I've seen people offer like what 4 raccoons for a huge capybara. So huge pets definitely go up to S plus tier. Insane value, insane.
You can at least get a dragonfly out of like the worst pet in the game, the bunny. Like if you have a
Funny,
huge bunny,
yeah.
you can at least get a dragonfly out of it.
Yeah. Next up, Ascended. Ascended technically has the best mutation in the game, which is Dawnbound, which is 150x. Uh, it applies it every 5 to 6 hours, so pretty difficult, and it takes a while to get. And not to mention, the chances of getting Ascended is 0.32 or 0.032. I don't really remember, or somewhere around there. Very rare. I would put it at high S or low S plus tier. What do you think? Where should we put S plus or S tier?
I
Ascended.
think lowest plus is a choice. Is better because I have seen people trading
Yeah.
records.
Next up is Gold. Gold is alright mutation. It basically increases the ability by, I believe, 10 or 15x around
10%.
there. Yep. I'm gonna put it at B tier just because of the next mutation, Rainbow. Rainbow is a 20x mutation, not 20. No, sorry, 20% boost to pets' abilities. Because of that, and how OP that could be if you use it properly, you can go up to S tier. It's a S tier mutation, depending on the pet. And yep, that's it for the tier list. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know if there's something you disagree or agree on. And yeah, subscribe.
Where we have to tell like this is not an official tier list. So like if you like a pet, just trade whatever you want to it. Don't
Yeah.
be distracted by this tier list.
This is just what we
Pet
think.
over meta.
This is
This is in our opinion.
This is just our opinion. Do what you like and be careful of scammers, please.
No more scamming after trading update.
No
Oh,
more scamming. No more scamming.
Oh
on the
hell
trading
yeah!
market.
That's the
I
best
forgot.
part. Bro, this is why we made the bloody video, you stupid faggot.
Oh god! Subscribe. Hell yeah!
Bye bye.